Corie and I have been this morning enjoying our morning. We've been looking through the seed catalogs that you get in the mail, and they tease you and tempt you with all the beautiful things that you wish you could grow. We've been enjoying, Corie's got her dried apples over there that we did last year, and I've got some dried beets that I've been snacking on. We've got our kefir water. So we've already had a great morning, haven't we?
Oh yeah.
We've still got our little skiff of snow is still outside. It's not much snow, but it's not warmed up. And living here on the north side of the mountain, we keep it'll be here until it does warm up. So we've still got it outside the window. Looks kind of nice, don't it, Corie?
Yeah.
While we sit in here and dream about what's coming in the garden. It's always fun to look through the catalogs, the seed catalogs when they come. Usually we are inside where it's warm because it's still cold outside when we start looking through them and dreaming about all the things we wish we could plant. I'm always tempted by the stuff that I've never heard of that looks good. And then just different varieties, whether it's tomatoes or cucumbers or whatever, different varieties that we'd like to try. So I think we've both got pages marked down where we've been looking. Let's see, what was... You want to share? We won't share all of them, but share something you was looking at, Corie.
Yeah. If I can find it, it was back to the tomatoes, and there was a ton of tomatoes. Oh, this is alphabetical, silly me. So I should be able to find it pretty easy. There it is. I passed it. I've got so many marked down that I...
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of them.
Well, there's the S, so I've got to be close to the T here.
I don't think it is in alphabetical order, is it?
Maybe not.
There you go. Maybe you're getting close.
Oh,
there you
okay,
go.
here we are.
Yeah.
I'm into the tomatoes.
See, they all just look so good.
Oh, yeah, there's a ton of tomatoes, but this was interesting. This white currant is in here listed with the tomato, and it says it's candy-like, super sweet. It's got the highest sugar content of any tomato that they know, and it's twice as sweet as tomatoes. Anyways, it's a currant, and I don't know, I didn't know that was in the tomato family.
So I've never grew currants or never knew anyone that did, but I think that's more of like an old-fashioned. You'll have to tell us if you grew them or maybe your grandparents or somebody did, but that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I would really want to grow that or not, but it sounded interesting. Of course, I found chamomile. I grew chamomile last year and had some luck with it, and then all of a sudden it just died, kind of real quick. I don't know if I didn't water it enough.
I've never been able to grow chamomile. Never. People say that it almost becomes a weed for them. There's something about here, maybe because we don't get as much sunshine. I don't know what it is. But we even bought a start of chamomile last year, remember? And mine didn't do very good either. Corie and Katie and Matt all love chamomile tea, so it'd be wonderful if we could really grow a lot and harvest it, but I've not managed to do that so far. We'll keep trying, I guess, since Corey's got one marked.
Yeah.
See if it works.
I like these sweet peppers. Of course, some kind of tomatoes. I'd like to grow some cucumbers. I'd like to try to grow edamame. I don't know if I could, but that would be good. I definitely want to grow onions. Some kind of lettuce.
It's marigolds, but pretty flowers.
Yeah, definitely want to grow calendula again. Will it come back?
No, but we saved some of the seeds, I think, from ours last year. And it might come back where it reseeds itself if it did that,
So yeah, maybe some of those things. I don't know really how much I'm going to have room for, so
yeah,
just have to see.
So we were looking in this book, was looking just at some of these, is not new things, like the cabbage. I was just thinking I'd check and see if I need any more cabbage seeds, and some kale, some kohlrabi. Kohlrabi was like the year before last was the first year we grew it, and we liked it. We liked it. We mostly like to eat it raw. Yeah. And last year's the first year I was able to successfully grow carrots, so we definitely want to do that. I want to grow them. I don't know if anything else in here that I marked down, folded down. Watermelons. I'm always tempted by the watermelons, even though they don't do very well. The Moon and Stars, which is a really popular one. And I tried it years ago, but I've not tried it in a long time, so I might try that one again, I was thinking. I don't know, but first what I need to do, for me and Corie both, is to look through the seeds that I already have and see what we actually need to buy. Of course, the wonderful thing about seeds is, even if we bought some that we didn't need or didn't get to this year. They last. Seeds last for a long time. Now, a lot of people put them in the freezer because they think that, and I'm sure it does, keeps them, away from pests and keeps them at an even temperature. But I don't ever keep mine in the freezer. I just put them over in the corner of my kitchen, and that's where they stay. The only thing that I have in my freezer, or I have some of those, like if you've ever seen them, like, what do you call them, like long-term storage survival kind of seeds. Went way back when I was first started blogging, a company sponsored me and they sent me a packet of that, so I have those in the freezer. But I usually don't keep any of my other stuff. Granny does though, like her seeds she saves from every year, she keeps them in the freezer, like her bean seeds and stuff. So I guess we need to tear into that. I guess our main thing today, we'd love to be outside, but it's cold and it's still snowy and all that. But is to thinking about our first garden chore, which I hope we can do next week, is to start our cabbages inside. So I like to think of it this time of the year as getting out the seeds that I'll use first. I'm not going to plan like what's going to happen during the summer, those warm months, but just thinking about those first things that we'll plant, like starting the cabbage next week. Last year I started, what did I start? I started beets and maybe some kohlrabi inside. And the beets just didn't do good for me. I couldn't tell that they did any better. In fact, I think they did worse than if I just direct sowed them outside. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to direct sow them outside. So I'm not sure if there's anything else we'll start next week besides the cabbage, unless we go ahead and start the peppers. Starting them earlier last year really paid off, and then also keeping them and putting them upstairs instead of starting them in the basement. And we have a greenhouse, and that's where we'll start our tomatoes and stuff. But by that time, the temperature's warmed up enough that they can stand it out there with that heat that heats up during the day. But this time of the year, the sunshine, the way the mountains are, our greenhouse doesn't really get hit with sun at all. So it would be really, really cold to start. I have started cabbages out there and peppers. For years I did that. But last year when we started the peppers in here, where it was warm, it was just, they just flourished so much faster. And then when we planted them, they were like this big when warm weather was here instead of like this big. So we had peppers sooner. We had them, got to enjoy eating peppers sooner in the year. So I guess, Corie, will look for like cabbage, lettuce, carrots, those kind of things. Radishes, lettuces. I can't remember either how I have them listed, so we'll see. It's tempting to, though, you see the cucumbers and all that, you really want to get them. There's some lettuce and spinach. We could look in that one. Cabbage.
Did we mention squash?
No, we didn't mention squash. We'll wait on that. There's some carrots. I think I may have them all in this one.
That's okay. I'll just keep
getting
looking.
them all out here.
I just keep looking to see if I have any that we need. Don't see any we need out of this yet.
It won't be long though. We'll be thinking about the, this one's coming loose on me. We'll be thinking about well, maybe we should leave the peppers out since we're in here.
I just set mine aside because I didn't really have any of those things in it that...
I'll set mine off the table so we don't have to worry about it. So, thinking about, I guess we'll start with start looking at the cabbage and see what we've got. And typically I don't end up planting an entire pack when I open it, so this is, like you can see, I've bent that one down. That's a late flat Dutch cabbage. So we might think about that one. There's a kohlrabi, we can keep that out. I don't know if we want to plant any of those inside though or not. There's just some, this is Copenhagen. That one does pretty good for us, so we'll definitely keep that out to start it next week.
I'm going to put these away.
You're going to eat them all?
Yep.
So here's some onions. We might try some of those. We need to pile seeds and then just what we'll start outside. Maybe try that one. Or maybe both of those. More onions, more kohlrabi. Copenhagen again. Charleston, we might leave that one out. Let's see what it says about it. No, I don't want to do that one. Let's see, Brunswick. I think we'll try the Brunswick. And we won't plant all these either. So we'll put those back in there. And I don't know, what do you think? We'll keep those out with our onions. So that was pretty easy to go through that one. Let's see
Lettuce
what
and
the
spinach?
lettuce and spinach gives us. Asparagus. We won't grow, I don't remember where I picked up these seeds. I don't think I bought them. But we have 2 asparagus beds, so we don't need to plant any more asparagus from seeds. It takes so long. That's how I got my first start of asparagus, though, was with seeds. Hubert Kirkland gave them to me, and it's the purple variety, and that's my favorite asparagus. That's a spinach. We might, I don't know, we'll leave it out. Jericho, maybe we'll leave our lettuce. I like Jericho's my favorite lettuce. I also like Paris Island. It feels like that one's, you know, like it's empty. Yeah, investigate and see if there's anything in there. There's some more Jericho. Jericho, we don't need that many.
There is like 2 baby seeds in there.
Okay, well we'll put that, and so we'll make sure we plant those. Malabar spinach. That one we won't. It's more of a summer spinach that grows on a vine and grows all year. And I've been growing it for what, Corie? About 3 or 4 years now, and I love it. But since I have been growing it that long, it reseeds itself each year. So I don't even think I need to worry about planting that. There's more Paris Island, more Jericho, more red romaine, Australian lettuce, and that. Maybe we'll keep those out. We might put those in green stock.
Part of that too.
And then do we want to put any? I don't think so. Okay. Oh, we're going fast. That's good.
Here's the radish and beets.
Yeah, let's see what those are.
I like the smiley face.
Yeah, Belva Jean sent me those, so we should try those since she sent them. Some more, let's see, my favorite, I love radishes. Corie likes radishes. Granny and Miss Cindy love radishes. Matt and Katie not so much, and Corie didn't used to, but you've got to where you like them, yeah. So the sparklers and the early scarlet are the ones I have the best luck with. So we'll leave those out. This is Detroit Red. That's what I have the best luck with, beets, so we'll use those. This is Bull's Blood. I don't know if I grew those or not. Early Wonder, I usually try those. That one's been open, so let's swap that one out. Try to use the ones I can tell has been open. Redhead. I don't remember if I don't know. More radishes. Love the radish. So I'm glad we're going through this because I'm finding this is a Hailstone radish. It was okay when I grew it. I didn't like it as good as the early and the scarlet or whatever I've already forgot getting them both mixed up. Sparkler and early scarlet. And I don't remember. So I don't know. Okay. So yeah, we kept quite a few out.
Carrot and parsnip.
Our carrot and parsnips. Yeah. Corie and Katie love parsnips. So maybe we should try to grow those. I wonder if we should start those like in the, and I guess that must be the carrots I started last year. So I want to, somebody has given me that. I don't even remember where that come from, or it don't really have a name on it, what it is. Oh, it is Ed Hume. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I bought that. Okay. There's some more carrots. More carrots. I don't know. We won't plant that many. I don't know what that. Oh, that's a parsnip. And little fingers.
That's funny.
Carrots. So, maybe we'll try the little fingers instead of that one. Let's see.
Now we've got the kale and beans.
Yeah. Did we keep some kale out a minute ago?
Yeah, or something like that.
Okay. Corie was telling me this morning she likes the curly kale best, so we'll keep. I don't feel like there's much in that one, but we'll keep that out. What about that? That's not as curly though.
It'd probably still be okay.
Well,
I just don't like it as good as this. The real
like the flat leaf
Yeah.
kind of kale. The Cinto, is that what that one is? Or I don't know. Premier, oh, okay.
I'm just not as crazy about it. Or that Swiss chard.
And it's funny, and I like the other most.
You like the flat stuff better?
No, yeah, I like the flat better. But we'll try. We'll see.
I mean, I would eat them both.
Oh, I know you would. Let's try both of those. Or we'll keep them out. We don't know if we'll try them. But
What is corn salad?
that is something that I bought last year, and I planted a few of them, and they didn't come up. But it's like a green. Let's read to see if we can read about it. Also known as lamb's lettuce, is an excellent salad green. It grows best during cooler weather and is ideal for fall-winter crops. It has somewhat nutty flavor and mixes well with spinach, lettuce, and other greens in salads. So maybe we'll save that one till fall.
Peppers?
And then the peppers, if we're going to start them next week. Let's see what's in them. So we really like the shishitos, so I'm sure we'll do those. They grow really good for us. Didn't grow, I've wrote on that one. So I wonder if I should try that one more time and then throw them away if they didn't. The cayenne, Matt loves those. Didn't grow on that one too. I guess try one more time and then throw those seeds away. Banana peppers. Let's see. Habanada, we like those. And it's the mild or sweet ones. This was the candy cane that Ramona shared with me. Those were good last year. Let's see. California Wonder. I think we grew those. Those are good. These are those Marconi, looks like a banana but bigger. You remember? They done pretty good. Do you like those?
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah, and then there's the golden. I think we grew both last year.
I like the bell kind of peppers, like the sweet ones.
Like that one?
Yeah.
Yellow Wonder. That's a Marconi. No, if that one, I don't remember that one. I don't think it actually come up. Let's see what.
Sorry, I can't stop yawning.
It's okay.
Everyone watching's gonna be like, that girl's putting me to sleep.
It's okay. Earlier I got into a yawning spell, and
Yeah.
when we were looking at our magazines, I said, I need to go to bed. And Corie said, no, you need to go eat some protein.
Yeah.
So Donald sent me, let's see, is this, let's see. I wonder though. These are just tomatoes. It's just in that package. He's using it. I was like, what's he trying to explain to me? That was it. So we need to put that one in the tomatoes. Did you have a tomatoes in your pack?
I don't think I did.
Okay, I did over here, so we'll lay that right there. Okay. So I still don't know what we decided. You wanted the bell peppers, and then this bell, Ramonas, Habanadas. And now we were going to try the didn't grows and see if we could get rid of that. Your daddy wants cayenne. And then you want the, what do you think, the yellow or the red?
Which ones did you do last year?
I can't remember. I think both, maybe.
Do the goldens, they're pretty.
Okay.
I mean, if they're the same one,
Yeah.
it's just a different color.
And then we might do some sweet banana peppers. Okay. So that was that. So we're making progress. I have to get us, I have a little basket to put the ones we're going to either start the seeds of or plant directly outside in another couple of weeks. So that was good. There are a few more I want to go through. Let's see, what did I do with them, Corie? I think this is them. So, so many people sent us seeds and we're so grateful for them. So these were from Brenda. And she sent a whole box of them. So exciting. But I went through and got out the ones that this reminds me, another one we should have looked for in there, that I went through and picked out the ones that I would plant first. So this is a pea, sugar and edible pod snap pea. We should have looked for peas in there.
There was definitely peas in there.
Was there? Okay, well, we'll be wanting to get those started. French breakfast radish, and then some carrots. These are like a rainbow carrot, so that looks really interesting. Black seeded Simpson lettuce, Granny Pap always grew that. That's what they grew. More of the carrots, so maybe we'll try one of those for sure. Oh, and look, there's Corey's curly kale. There's some curly kale. So we'll leave those out and see what we can use. And we may need to go back through the peas, but Matt and I were hoping to do some stuff to the garden before we actually start planting in it. But we're going to have to get on the ball. Time goes by so fast. And these were from Connie. Connie sent us these. And so these were, let's see. Actually, I'm looking in the wrong ones. That she did send us all these, but those were the ones I pulled out that were for spring, thinking about for spring. So let's see. That was a tomato, so we're not ready for it yet. This was a red cord carrot. That one looks interesting. A pumpkin, big pumpkin. We're not ready for that. Basil. There's a big pepper. Chinese giant sweet pepper. Some flowers. Those look great. Oh, beautiful flowers. Corey's been share some of these to take. Those would be pretty to plant in the just morning glories. Plant, oh, and some sunflowers. Plant in the, let's see, let me go through these too, because I'm thinking there was something else. But be pretty to plant in the edge of the beds and let them go up. Oh yeah, here they are. Here's the more radishes, sparklers, and some beets. Lutz green leaf, winter keeper. That one sounds interesting. There's some parsley, some summer squash, some more lettuce, freckles, and some more beets. So that's interesting. Okay. So let's see, maybe we'll put these so we can keep them together. This is always an exciting time of the year before all the hard work of the garden actually starts, and you're just kind of dreaming about all the wonder and the, you know, you sit here and think about that first tomato. Matt would say that first tomato sandwich. I more think that first tomato that I pull off and eat. That first cucumber that's still just so fresh, and the skin's real tender. So good. What do you look forward to the most, Corey? The first?
Probably tomatoes.
Tomatoes. But of course, before we get to that, we've got the lettuce and the beets if they do good, but the lettuce and the radishes and onions, green onions. We love to plant green onions, and you've got all those spring things. I know I'm leaving out, of course, lettuce and kale. All those first things taste so good coming from the garden, and then it kind of whets your appetite and your anticipation, and then you lead into those, the tomatoes and the squash and the cucumbers and the zucchinis and all that. And I guess that gets you ready for the pumpkins and the winter squash and all those things, and the peppers as they begin to come in.
Yeah.
So lots to look forward to. But this is a kind of, in gardening I've found this is like to enjoy every aspect of it. So this anticipation of just dreaming. We're not going to plant every seed that we kept out. We can't. We don't have enough room, even if we planted at my house and Corey's house. But just that anticipation of thinking about it. And then that day I'll go through and, you know, plant a little seed from the packets, or maybe I'll decide, well, I ain't got room for this, I'm going to do this. But just kind of getting organized. There's an anticipation in that. Looking at those seed catalogs especially. And then even in the early spring when your garden just looks so neat and nice, and your little plants are about that big and they're just so uniform, it's just such a joy. And all of it's joyous, but then as like by July and August your garden is overgrown and you're tired of getting rid of weeds and you're kind of wishing it'd all go away for a little while. So it's funny how that happens every year. And if you're a gardener, you love every bit of it. Even those days, you know, late July, early August, when you're sweating, thinking, oh my goodness, why did I plant so many green beans? Why am I picking beans? And got to gather the squash again, got to cut the okra again. Okra grows so fast, you have to cut it. You need to cut
every
it.
week.
Well, yeah, you need to cut it. I'm usually good if I get it cut once a week, but you need to do it every 2 or 3 days. It grows so fast. So much anticipation of leading up to the garden. If you're a gardener, then you know exactly how we feel. So rewarding to grow things, kind of just exciting, just like you would be excited for me, like if I had a hobby, if I painted or whatever, or creating things. I like to do that kind of stuff. It's the same kind of like it's a creative process, I guess, isn't it? But so rewarding when you get to eat out of it, you know, just so rewarding. And such a joy. I know everybody can't garden, and I know everybody don't have a place to garden, even if they could. But I encourage people, even if you just got a little, you know, a container, a little small one, and put some lettuce seeds in it and watch them sprout and watch them grow. And then you can eat on them if they grow and do good. Just snip the leaves and eat them, and your plant will grow back. Then you can watch that process. All those things are so neat. I think Corey grew up, of course, or I know she grew up with us gardening, so she's all about it. But I think what I was going to say, that last year you felt that at your own house, to be able to do it all on your own
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's made me think a lot. I've thought ever since then, just all through this fall and winter, about things I would do different, how I would maximize space to where I could grow more, getting raised beds, getting better dirt, just how I could do it better to where maybe I could grow a little more, but just kind of do better than I did. I think I didn't water as much as I should have.
Well, it was unusual. We had a dry summer, which was nice because we've had such wet ones, but you had
Made it hard.
Yeah, made it harder for that. Especially if you're mostly growing like Corie was in containers and they dry out pretty
They dry
quick.
so fast.
And Corie fought the slugs, so.
I was dreaming about those. I didn't realize it until sometime later today, and I was like, oh man, I was dreaming. I was telling someone to get my salt shaker.
Yeah.
So we'll see about
Corie,
that.
But even that didn't discourage you. You were still excited. You still planted a little bit in fall.
Yeah.
Even though the slug battle was real.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, I hope we don't have that again.
I've never had to fight slugs, and I've never had to fight nothing much, really. I mean, we get bean bugs. That's the worst. Until the fall garden, the deer ate all my garden. So that's my great fear now is am I going to have to like be out there on patrol all night long with a horn or something to scare them off, an air horn? And
we have deer
all
a
that.
lot at me and Austin's house. I mean, you can go out in the morning and they're just standing right there in the road, so I really didn't think about that until just now. That they might.
But they didn't bother yours last year.
No, it was just
so
the
maybe
slugs.
not. They've never, in all the years me and Matt's lived here, they have never bothered our garden until this year. Or last fall. They didn't bother the summer garden. It was just in the fall. So, anyway, even with all that, still real excitement when we're thinking about the garden, and we hope that you'll come along with us this year and watch our successes and our failures and help us.
Battles.
Yeah, slug battles and deer battles, and help us as we cheer on the little seedlings, and then getting to put them out in the yard and put them in the garden is just like a magical. It's wonderful to see them come up from the soil and then watch till they get to the point you can take them outside. That's a wonderful progress, as is direct sowing and watching them come up. So we hope that you'll come along with us to enjoy all that. Gardening is a huge part of Appalachian culture. So it's a great way for us to celebrate Appalachia, and we hope that you'll continue to help us do that.